Secretary, Mr. Fali Chavez Augustine. Come hear your community advocate that is shaping Tobago's future. On Saturday, December 20th at Sandy Hill Trace, Live Wire Bar, Lambo. The anchor holds Tobago People's Party, anchored in truth, rising with you.
TPP as we pumping, TPP as we voting. Come bring out the friend and them.
The shipping armor, TPP crew, we all are there. All are coming, 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 all are coming.
Check. Tobago people. Let me hear you. Let me hear you. Win Buccoo tonight. You all have to give me some kind of movement. I need some movement tonight. DJ, give me that Christmas mix. Something to warm up these people. Yeah, the rhythm. Yeah, the rhythm. Yeah, the rhythm. Yeah, the rhythm. We're down inside Buccoo. Warm up somebody. I need you to get to your feet. Everybody up. Everybody on your feet, huh? On your feet. On your feet, huh? On your feet, huh? On your feet. This is the warm-up for the Buccoo segment tonight. Things warm down in Buccoo tonight. We can't be in Buccoo and quiet. Brother Murray. TPP. There we are, there we are, there we are. We're in the point tonight, we're in Buccoo. People from the east, from the north, there we are. From the western side of Tobago, we are here right here in Buccoo Point, known to be one of the most recreational villages in Tobago, where we have the historic Sunday school. Tonight we have a great bunch of speakers coming to talk to you tonight. Brothers and sisters, this is the voice of the TPP, the Tobago People Party, and we are here to spread the message and to encourage you to go out on the 12th of January and vote resumptively for the Tobago People Party. Tonight we have a great match. We have a great match. Take it down, DJ. Take it down, take it down, take it down, take it down. Take it down, DJ. Tonight we have a great match in Buccoo, where the TPP will be coming up against the PNM. No, the one day was in April, where the TPP wiped off the PNM clean. So tonight we have a great test coming, and this will be Keed and Denoon coming up against Ansel Dennis.
You
DJ.
respect that. You respect that. You respect that.
So wherever you are, you know we want to commit to an Almighty, to the Almighty, to take control over our program. So tonight, we're calling on a sister from yard. A sister from here. A sister born and grown and deep within the bowels of your community. We call on a sister who is going to do the prayer for us, Brother Murray. We call on Sister Joyce to come and ask God's blessing on this program.
A pleasant good night to Buccoo and environ and those that are in the sound of my voice. Tonight I was given the charge to invite God's presence. So as we are about to do that, I ask us to stand as we reverence God. Father, tonight we say thank you. We say thank you, God, for your goodness. We say thank you for your mercy. We say thank you for your love, God. And most of all, we thank you, God, for this is the day that you have made. And your word declare, let's rejoice and be glad in it. Tonight, God, even as we are rejoicing, we ask, God, that you take full control over tonight's proceedings. God, as we commit tonight into your hands, Lord God, we come against every obstacle. We come against everything that is not of you, and we bring them to naught tonight. And we declare, God, that you are God, and there is none like unto thee. So as we invite your presence tonight, we lift our area representative to be into your hands tonight, Mr. Caleb Dinoon. God, Father, tonight we ask that you touch him from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet. You're going to give him the strength that he needs. God, there's a journey ahead of him. And in his own self, God, he cannot do it. He needs your strength. He needs your sustenance. So we ask tonight that you strengthen him and minister to him in no other name but in the name of Jesus. God, every speaker that is going to stand here tonight, I commit them into your hands. For your word declare, that which I've committed unto you, you are able to keep. So, God, I pray you're going to keep them tonight as they stand to speak, oh God, to Buccoo and environ, and those that would be in the sound of their voice. Lord, I pray for a reality check tonight. I pray, God, as they speak, God, and the words go forth, God, men and women will check and see that Tobago is we and we is Tobago. So we pray for unity. We pray for oneness. We pray for togetherness. God, most of all, we are one. So we pray, God, that love will prevail. We pray for unity as we mingle one with the other. Lord, we declare Tobago is we. So we don't care who may be around. We don't know. We are standing to declare what you have put us here to declare. Again, I say, touch Brother Keegan. Hey, God, from the crown of his head to the sole of his feet, as he stand, oh God, I pray you would anoint his lips, that he speak, oh God, with a ball of fire, and anointing, oh God, to go forth. Every member that would come and declare what you have them to say, strengthen them. I pray for our chief sec, oh God, who have this task to journey to and fro. God, he need added strength. He need the wisdom. He need the mind of you. I pray in the name of Jesus, you're going to sanctify these grounds tonight. Lord God, you said in your words, 1 shall chase 1,000, 2 shall put 10,000 to flee. And we are more than one tonight. We are more than two. And we are standing and we are declaring that Tobago is we. And you, God, will have your way. Lord, we are claiming our victory even now. We are claiming our victory. We are claiming 15 seats throughout Tobago tonight. We are claiming them and we are joining our faith together. And we say, God, have your own way tonight. In Jesus' name, amen, amen.
Let us hear it for the sister tonight. A good TTP prayer. So, brothers and sisters, let us stand and give respect to our national anthem tonight. Thank you, brothers and sisters. And as we start tonight proceedings, let me say a pleasant good night to our chairman, Natasha, and second, our political leader, the Honorable Chief Secretary Farley Chavez Agustin, and all other area representative secretaries, assistant secretaries, and members of the TPP. Good night. And as we continue tonight, we want each and everyone to listen attentively to the message, because we have a great batch of speakers coming to speak to you tonight, to tell you about the development in the past 4 years and in the next 4 years to come. Brother Ogis.
Brothers and sisters, TPP family, I want to extend that protocol list that Brother Murray started. We want to extend greetings to our members of Parliament, Tobago East and Tobago West. Make some noise for our MPs in the house.
You respect that? You respect that?
You in the heart of Buccoo, brothers and sisters. Tonight we are here tonight to endorse your candidate for Buccoo Mount Pleasant. But it's rather interesting that we call someone of a familiar discipline to endorse another. If you call a fisherman to endorse a fisherman, what they going to talk about? So if you call a chef to talk about a chef, what will they talk about? So tonight, we call in a community activist. We call in a community leader, youth advocate, and a few other things to the name. I'll bring a list for you in a while. But we're going down in the West, and we're calling the man who is leading the charge down in the West, in the Crown Point area, a man by the name of Nikita. Nikita. He's here to endorse his colleague. But I'm hearing they have a familiar highway on the sea that both Buccoo and Crown Point uses. We'll talk about that a little later. So coming tonight from down in the West to support his colleague, his comrade, is no other but Nikita.
Tell them about the mission, clear and true. A new season dawning, a new work we do. In man a card, Crown Point, the people I call. Hear the message ring out for one and for all. Stand up for the man when he in Percy. Born in the area full of integrity. Them call him Bunty, a leader arise. The TPP, born a lift into the skies. Nikita Percy, step out on the road. Carry the people burden. Lighten up the load, up the load, up the load, up the load.
Buccoo, good night. Buccoo, good night. When I say Buccoo, good night, I want them fish already to start to jump. Buccoo, good night. That's what I want to hear, man. Allow me to stand on the already established protocols. It's a pleasure being here with you all tonight, endorsing the brother Keegan. My name is Nikita Raymond Bounty Gomaldo Percy, the candidate for
One accord Crown Point in the upcoming THA elections. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you this evening as we welcome a new chapter in the life of this beloved electoral district, Buccoo, Mount Pleasant, and Keenan by extension. But before I speak of the man we are here to support, allow me to share a brief story, one that I believe will resonate deeply with each of you. I want you all to imagine this to me. Imagine a man who grew up in a close-knit family, one he believed was built on shared values, trust, and mutual respect. He worked hard day after day, believing that his contribution was not just appreciated, but vital to his family. But one day, he came to realize the voices that truly mattered, the voices that would shape his future, were not his family's voices, but those of outsiders who didn't understand the fabric of the family, nor the unique struggle and dream of its members. For a time, this man felt trapped between his love for his family and the realization that in order to protect his own well-being, his peace, and integrity, he had no choice but to leave. It was a difficult decision, one that came with a heavy heart. But sometimes, in order to preserve who you are and who we are, we must walk away from the environments and the people that no longer nurtures us. Now, why do I share this story? Because I believe it speaks to a deep truth. Sometimes we have to make difficult choices to leave behind what's comfortable, what's familiar, in order to pursue a greater good for ourselves and for our families and for our community. And that, my friend, bring me to the man that we are here to talk about today, Mr. Keegan Denoon. Keegan has always been a man who values integrity, transparency, and the well-being of his people. After much reflection, he made a choice to step away from an environment that no longer aligned with his values. And he did it so not for himself alone, but for all of you, his family, his neighbors, and the people of this Buccoo Mount Pleasant district. Now tell me, is that Judas behavior? Wouldn't you have done it the same thing for yourself? Keegan, as many of you know, is no stranger to hard work. He's a man who has always put his community first, a man who understands that true progress begins with putting people's need at the heart of everything that you do. And while the decision to leave an organization no longer represented his ideals may have been difficult, it's a decision that reflects the courage and conviction that we all admire here tonight. I encourage you, the people of Buccoo, to not feel disheartened or discouraged if you too must sometimes make difficult choices for the betterment of your own future. Do not let anyone make you feel like you are betraying your own family or community when you seek out better opportunities. Opportunities you will be exposed to with this TPP in governance. The world is full of opportunities. Opportunities for growth, development, prosperity, well-being, and we all must always be willing to embrace when it is we have to align ourselves with our dreams and our goals. Brothers and sisters, long time they could have jokes about Buccoo people coming from Buccoo Point School, but not again. Buccoo had preschool and primary school that everyone want their children to attend. Recently, Buccoo Primary School put Tobago on the map in SCA. As the top student here in Tobago, was also ranking with the top student in Trinidad. Yes, you can clap for that. And that happened right here in this little village of Buccoo. I know that the people of Buccoo are a community of intelligent, forward-thinking individuals who know what they want. We understand that change is something difficult, but it is necessary to achieve the better life we deserve. And the Tobago People's Party and Keegan Dinoon are here tonight to help you chart that course. So let us not be afraid of change. Let us embrace it with open hearts and mind, knowing that with Keegan Dinoon as your representative, you have a leader who is committed to making the district and your future stronger, healthier, and more prosperous than ever before. Keegan, I stand here with you today because I believe in the stand you have taken. I believe in your dedication. I believe in your commitment to the people and the community of Buccoo, Mount Pleasant, Canaan.
You respect that?
Together, let us move forward with purpose, pride, as we build a better future for Tobago, a future we can be all proud of. Keegan, wherever you stand tonight, I endorse you as a candidate for Bonaccord Crown Point as we work together to build the greatest little island on this planet. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Blitz Bonaccord, for boss out the note, hear the rhythm I play, hear the drum and beat strong. Bunty I step up where he belong, hear the rhythm.
Now we are for Nikita Percy endorsing.
Bunty I step up where he belong.
Now we are for Nikita Percy endorsement. Brothers and sisters, this is the TPP family. TPP family, let me hear all the other song in cold tonight, man. Like all of us to warm up the bar right there. Brothers and sisters, we have a list of vibrant people coming to talk to you tonight. We have one from right up the road, right up there. And I will call my brother Ogies to bring him to you tonight. He's a brilliant young man from the Bethel New Grange. Brother Ogies.
But Brother Murray, me and plan to talk people business tonight. But I remember seeing this fella Darren Henry in a certain village at a certain time. How he ended up in Bethel.
He met a beautiful flower down there. So that is how he ended up down there. He went and picked the flower. Right? And he get charm and chop right there.
Well, if it's sugar that have him in Bethel, he gonna have to say it. But brothers and sisters coming tonight to endorse your Buccoo Mount Pleasant candidate is a man who are here starting the north, but he traveled down east and southeast, but is a fella focused, a gentleman, another community activist, a sportsman, one committed, but one who know about love.
A pleasant good evening. We are in Buccoo Point, the heart of the Buccoo Mount Pleasant district. Sonny Craig is in the house, along with
Patel and Roberts. There's a lot of noise in the background. But we are here once again to present to you what is happening here tonight at the Buccoo Integrated Facility.
Yeah, well, Nikita Percy has already done his part endorsing Mr. Keegan Dinoon. And tonight it's all about Keegan. It's all about passing the torch and ensuring Buccoo continues to get the representation that we try to give them in the last 4 years. We just have to try to make it better as we go. This party is committed, and I am confident that he will be able to take the mantle and do a great job in Buccoo Mount
I think so too. This is a constituency where I also vote, so I know who I will be voting for in the 2026 THA elections.
Well, you know how Tobago seats are split up. So although I'm voting Buccoo, my electoral district vote goes to Montgomery.
Yes.
So for the guy on stage now, Mr. Darren Melville. He's the person I'll be voting for. Darren Henry, thank you very much. So we're moving back to stage to hear Mr. Henry's endorsement of Keegan at this time. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
All right.
We'll go stateside now.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night. Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Young people of Tobago, today I want to speak to you honestly, not as statistics, not as followers, but as decent, valuable human beings. For too long, young people have been told to wait. Wait your turn. Wait for opportunity. Wait for leadership to notice you. But Tobago cannot wait anymore. What Tobago needs now is leadership that understands your reality, respect your legal hustle, and believes in your ability to lead the island forward. That is why today, without hesitation, I stand in full support and endorsement of Keegan Caleb Dinoon.
You respect that? You respect that?
Keegan Dinoon is not a leader who discovered youth during election season. He is not a leader who shows up for photos and disappears when the works get hard. Keegan Dinoon is a leader who has been in the trenches, doing the work, building systems, opening doors for young people long before the spotlight came on. As program administrator of the Youth Energized for Success YES program, Keegan helped thousands of young Tobagonians move from uncertainty to opportunity. Not talk, action. Helping young people get jobs, prepare resumes, understand professionalism, manage money, and believe in themselves. That matters. Because leadership is not measured by speeches only. Leadership is measured by impact. Keegan understands something very important. Youth development is not charity. It's an investment. He understands that if young people are not equipped economically, mentally, culturally, then Tobago cannot develop. That is why he has consistently pushed financial literacy, skill training, entrepreneurship, and real-world preparation for young people. But his leadership does not stop there. As president of the Buccoo Village Council, Keegan showed what could happen when leadership is rooted in community. He helped revive spaces that once felt forgotten. He restored pride in culture through the Buccoo Goat and Crab Race Festival, turning heritage into opportunities, culture into income, and community into unity. He helped transform the Buccoo Ballpark into a living space for youths, engaging in sporting activities and positive engagement, because he understands that when young people have purpose and place, crime loses ground. That is not coincidence. That is intentional leadership. Young people of Tobago, hear this clearly. Keegan Dinoon represents a new standard in politics, a standard where education meets empathy, where culture meets economic opportunity, and where leadership means service, not ego. With qualifications in business, law, and public administration, Keegan knows how systems work. But more importantly, he knows what systems are supposed to serve the people. His political journey shows courage to stand on principle, courage to put people before position, and courage to say Tobago's youth deserve more. The promises they deserve result. And that brings me to a simple truth. Tobago is we. Not a slogan for a banner. Not a slogan for a banner. Not a line for a speech. But a belief. Tobago is we means no youth left behind. Tobago is we means opportunity must reach every village, every community, every young person. Tobago is we means leadership that looks like people, listens to people, and work for people. Keegan Dinoon embodies Tobago is we. Because when youth rise, Tobago rises. When communities grow, Tobago grows. When culture is protected, Tobago stands stronger. So today, I say every young person who feels unheard, every young person ready to build, create, and lead, every young person who wants a Tobago and works for all of us, this is your moment. This is your movement. This is your leader. Let us stand with Keegan Caleb Dinoon. Let us stand for real leadership. Let us stand for unity, opportunity, and purpose. Because now, more than ever, Tobago is we. So on January 12th, Buccoo, Mount Pleasant, Canaan, we're going and vote for Tobago is we. We're going and vote for Keegan Caleb Dinoon on the 12th of January 2026. Tobago is we. Vote for the anchor. Vote for Caleb Dinoon. Keegan Caleb Dinoon. Tobago is we. I thank you.
This is the people's choice. With somebody don't need one that.
Now we wait for Darren Henry endorsing Keegan Dinoon. It's all about Keegan Dinoon tonight. Now we wait for Darren Henry. Now we wait for the new kid on the block. And brothers and sisters, we have only one.
Welcome back. We just heard from Mr. Darren Henry, the prospective candidate for Bethel New Grange, reaffirming and reminding us that Tobago is we. And when I say it the other way around, we is Tobago.
Yeah. It doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right.
Tobago is we. Yes.
Tobago is we.
But just before Darren came on, we heard from a young man, Nikita Percy, who is the candidate for Bonaccord Crown Point. He also endorsed Keegan highly tonight as two young men striving for leadership of Tobago.
And that speaks volumes, because sometimes when you look at the trajectory of our youth, it could be a bit, iffy sometimes, but it's nice to see young men coming to the front. It's almost biblical, because, it's something that's encouraged from a biblical perspective, because men have a special role to play in the future of humanity.
They are the chief in everything. So we now have Zorisha Hackett on stage here, and I think she's going to do an endorsement of Keegan as well.
That's better,
and she is also going to present on what she would like to see from Keegan Dinoon.
So once again, we're going backstage side.
Yes, back to stage side.
So
the one, the only, Keegan Caleb Dinoon. Good night, Keegan. Welcome to the TPP family. Welcome to the TPP family, Keegan. I've been following this young man's career, and I think for the record, he's the youngest member of our team. But he has this slogan: aspire to inspire before you expire. I love it. Aspire to inspire before you expire. What a slogan. And that slogan speaks to what representation means. And I want to speak about representation tonight. Whenever we talk about the politics of the island, we concentrate on the executive council, what it means to be a secretary or an assistant secretary. But tonight I want to focus on the legislative side of things. What it means to be an area representative. What it means to be an assemblyman. Whether we want to talk about the fact that it should be gender neutral, assembly person, right? But as the name, assemblyman, man or woman. Without your support at the polls, this role we play legislatively as assemblymen would be for naught. Because you need to vote us in first. We become assemblymen. The winning party gets to pick 3 councillors, and we are first members of the House. Second, secondary to that, you can become members of the Executive Council. But I want to speak about the role of assemblymen tonight. An assemblyman, your area representative, and from 6 p.m. on January 12th, we are going to have 15 such representatives. And if we have 15 such representatives, we're going to add 3 councillors. And just like the 12 nil period, I don't know what they're going to do, because you're really supposed to have 4 councillors. And when you add the presiding officer, that's your house. But let's concentrate on the role of assemblymen tonight. I think we get caught up with the executive council side of things. Secretary Hackett. But I am assemblyman Hackett first. And every one of the 15 swearing in on the 15th of January would be assemblymen first. But you can't just wake up and become a representative. No, they can't teach you that. You're not no representative school. You're not no class to take notes of that. If you do not love people, if you don't understand sacrifice, if you don't understand inclusion, empathy, compassion, generosity, you're wasting your time. You are wasting your time. This work requires that this would have had to be you in the first place. You don't just wake up a day and say, I want to run for a seat. Because the calling, and it's a calling, has to be a personal one. One where you understand that you're giving up on family time. Probably if you want to do another degree, you're struggling with it for years, you might have to put it aside. If you had all plans for you, you put it aside. And sacrifice is the biggest part of this job. Forget about the money. The work we do is priceless if you do it properly.
You respect that?
If you do this work properly, you can't put a price tag on it. And so one of the misconceptions in this space, and Keegan, I want you to listen because this will come naturally to you. You've been doing it all your life. One of the misconceptions is that there is some kind of funding for area rep somewhere. Me and know we have a petty cash tin or a safe in our district offices. And so what we do comes out of that. The biggest fallacy ever. Every single area representative. And one of the things I want to pride myself in, because you know when you do something good, people just follow it. Every single initiative an area representative puts out from his or her office. I'm talking about the ones when you see our district logos, and I'm not talking about the Paul Crea Event THA logo or the one with the columns from Assembly Legislature. Have you all noticed each of the rep has a signature logo? You all know what I'm talking about? Look at our flyers. You would see each of us with a signature logo. Mine is a B with Tobago doing the slash, a LC, and all of my colleagues have a logo. You know why we start to put logo on initiatives? To demonstrate to you that this initiative comes from us and not the funding of the THA. It's ours. And so when you see the Christmas parties, the district market, the book drives, the hamper drives, the bike shows, the car meet, these initiatives coming out of our office comes out of our pockets. So if you know you don't like people and money more important to you, put down this work. Put down this work is not for you. There are months. There are months. When I look in my bank account, you want to know where the money gone. Because as area representatives who are true to this work, you can't leave your district undone. If your people not happy, your people can't put you there. And if your people ain't put you there, you have no money to make in the first place. So you belong to the people who place you there. You are a servant, and we're just not talking it. You are a servant of the people. And so, When I speak, and all of my colleagues know the individual sacrifices they make. When I speak about putting back a third of my salary every month, it's not just talk. When you look at the kinds of initiatives we have, trust me, it's plenty money. And I'm not going and beg no contractor for no sponsorship, for them to come to ask me back for contract. I'm not doing it. I am saving the salary you afforded me to spend back on you. You afforded me the salary. I'm spending it back on you. But my people, I want you to also be grateful when you see the sacrifices we make. Because trust me, some months you have to make the decision. There are months I have to make the decision, all right. So this month I'm doing this for Bethesda. Next month I'm going to do it for Leketo, and the next month for Golden Lane. But while you're in Golden Lane, Bethesda, people saying, oh gosh, you're forgetting about, and you're up and down, trying to spread your resources around. We're not talking about the THA resources now, eh? I'm talking about the money coming out of our pocket. And so before we even got our December salary era reps in here, tell me if I lie, we money done already. We money done long time. Because when you like nice things like me and Megan, we money done long time. My Christmas party going and get all kind of thing in it next week. Horse going and come from quite down here in Buccoo to reach Table Peace Field to be in my Christmas party next week. Because I like nice things. And if I could like nice things, my district had to get nice things too. But we're talking about sacrifice, and I want to bring it home to Mr. Dinoon. The biggest sacrifice a man could make is to pack up your Georgie bundle and left home.
You respect that.
You pack up your Georgie bundle and you left home. Now hear the thing, eh? I just shame easy. Keegan, I don't know if it's shame easy like me. But when you make up your mind to left home, you better make sure you not for go back there, you know. Nothing to shame yourself. And I am certain that Mr. Dinoon contended and know I'm going and get all this small talk when I leave home. And now I got people begging me back to come home. The road might be rocky when I leave home. But when I make up my mind to leave home, I'm going in good house. I'm going in good house, proper house. You know, I have been following this young man's journey. And it's not easy for you to look at somebody getting a work and you know you're better qualified for it. Getting a work by default and you know you're better qualified for it. When you read this young man's bio and you already hear about it tonight, trust me, he has been born for a time like this. This is his destiny, Buccoo.
You respect that.
This is Keegan's destiny. And so whatever it is that was standing in his way, the TPP open with arms and take you. Keegan Dinoon, welcome to the party where we understand Tobago is we. Tobago is we. And so, my chief secretary, our political leader, has always put in the space that this political organization is for the competent and the willing. We have to speak like that because we have come from so many different organizations. And the foundation members in here, you know the struggle. People like Yvette Carruth, you are all color jersey in your wardrobe. All color. Annette Alfred, you here tonight? All color jersey. Sister Bernie. But the only color jersey we're making sure we ain't have is a red one. Any color, orange, green, black, blue, once in a red. Now for me and most of my colleagues, the first political organization we joined was the Progressive Democratic Patriots. And it was the intention, because you have good heart, you like the vision, that black power movement, something about it, the activism. pulled us in. And unfortunately, we know how the thing went. But behind our political leader, the great Fali Chavez Augustine, even Watson Duke had to rock and come in. Even Watson Duke. And therefore, my TPP family, if even one of the greatest union leaders this country has ever experienced could humble itself. Until Dennis, when you lose your seat, January 12th, rock and come in. We have room for you. We have room for you. We may have to baptize you and then bring you, but we have room for you. And so this sacrifice that I spoke to earlier, Keegan is the epitome of it. The epitome of sacrifice. It's not easy. Imagine walking through this district. In one breath, they're calling him Judas. And in the next breath, they want him back. Make up all of mine. And make sure I decide. But until Dennis, you should have never heard Buccoo. Keegan, you should have never heard Buccoo. We have him, and you're not getting him back. You're not getting him back. Listen, proper candidate. What I say? One man trash is another man treasure. Keegan would be the final gem in our crown come January 12th. Watch me. They must regret the day. They must regret the day. But TPP family, let us welcome Mr. Dinoon into the loving arms of the TPP. Keegan Dinoon, watch me. The significance of us being on a spot with the ocean behind us and the symbol of our political organization being the anchor. Oh gosh, so poetic. And Mr. Dinoon, you missed it when we formed this political organization together. Unlike yours, unlike your former, rather, where you had to hear about how it formed in recent history. We built this party together, Keegan. You just miss it. A little over 2 years ago, we built this organization together. I could remember it like it was yesterday. We went back and forth, color, all remember? Symbol, name, and we voted on it, all different options. And just like that, while we were coming up with this symbol, somebody started to sing. We have an anchor. And listen, everything fall into place right after that. The color is blue. The color of the sea is blue. And of course, what a powerful symbol an anchor is. And so Keegan, coming from the fishing village of Buccoo, with boats docked right behind us and anchors holding them down firmly. Welcome to the Tobago People's Party, where Tobago is we. Is we. And we means me, you, all are we. Keegan, you in your how much years? Keegan, you in your how much years in that Balize party? Never feel the love you're getting the last 3 weeks in this anchor party. Don't me. Don't me, Keegan. Don't me. Because that is a political organization of users. They use you. They misuse you. They abuse you, and then they refuse you. But we, just like your slogan, aspire to inspire before you expire. Keegan Dinoon. Keegan Caleb Dinoon. This endorsement is not from me. It's not from the political leader only. It's not from your candidates. Tobago endorses Keegan Caleb Dinoon because Tobago is we. Keegan Dinoon. Tobago is we. Tobago is we. And so, my other colleagues, we understand the work we have to do in our districts. We understand the fact that we all have to bring it home. But when you close your eye to sleep at night, say a special prayer for Keegan. Because trust me, we know we're coming. And we have to guard Keegan against wickedness in high places. We have to make sure we anchor Keegan down. Cut the blight with this blue. Keegan, the road ahead is not easy for you. Brother, we know going up against the Balizade at hard to dead is a task. But trust me, this anchor will hold you, Keegan. Keegan, this anchor will hold you. And so as I said before, yes, individually, we have our work to do, but collectively, and because Tobago is we bringing this home for Keegan. Keegan, we're bringing it home for you. Welcome to Winners Row, Keegan. Tell them bye-bye. Tell them bye-bye, Keegan. Don't feel no how, no regret, no remorse. You're in a better place. You're in a better place. And because you've been on that upward trajectory to make Tobago the greatest little island on the planet even before you came here, you have full support to do you, brother. Do you, brother. Welcome to the place where opportunities will unfold for you. You have always been a youth advocate, and so the young people will be behind you. And again, hear what I love. After we up and down with self, with the nominations tomorrow, guess how we ending off the thing? Right here in Buccoo. Buccoo, you're nice tomorrow. Buccoo, you're nice tomorrow. And so, as we prepare to unseat yet another political leader of the People's National Movement, I want us to understand the power of the tongue. And so, because the power of the tongue is important, we call in receipts. Palette of your land, some is space side. Farley Chavez Augustin. That is one. Roxborough Argyle. Orlando Kerr. That is two. Faith Brebner. Belgarden Glamorgan. That is three. Megan C. Morrison. Mount St. George Goodwood. That is four. Mason Old South. Bagatelle. Natisha Charles Mantin. That is five. Mason Hall North. Mariah. Ian Whitey Pollard. That is six. Scarborough Mount Grace. Trevor Williamson James. That is seven. Wayne Was Clark. Lambo Lowlands. That is eight. Nigel Mighty Man Tate. Patience Hill Signal Hill. That is nine. Darren Henry. Bethel New Grange. That is 10. Kern Alexis. Plymouth Blackrock. That is 11. Zorisha Amina Hackett. Bethesda Lekito. That is 12. Nikita Percy. Bonaccord Crown Point. That is how much? That is how much? Oh, all are paying attention. And I'm coming down to the two big dogs in the thing, man. Darrell Spring Wim. Ricky Jarfield. That is 14. And to bring it home, to bury the PNM once and for all, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Keegan, Caleb, Dinoon, 15 seats. 15 seats. 15 seats. Because Tobago is we. Tobago is not them. Tobago is we. And before I leave the stage, let me sing it for me. I want somebody to raise this anchor song for me. I want it bad. Somebody come and raise it for me. I ain't no voice to raise it. Tinil Jack, come and raise this song for me. Tintin, come in. Come fast, don't stick. DJ, give me something. DJ, give me something. We have an anchor.
We have an anchor that keeps us all steadfast and sure. We have an anchor fastened to the rock which cannot move, grounded firm and deep in the Savior's love.
Thank you to Neil, DJ, let me hear it.
In the
Savior's blood. Buccoo, thank you. Thank you, Buccoo.
Let us hear it. There says one, only one, not two.
You respect that. You respect that.
Brothers and sisters, DJ take a rhythm. I want us to understand that life is real. There is the seen and the unseen.
Okay.
So, yeah, we just had
With energy in the place, girl.
She was on fire.
Yes,
She was on fire. Now, one of the things she did, she tried to educate the public on the role of an assemblyman. And it's something that we neglect to do. So a person can understand what's the role of an assemblyman, what's the role of a secretary. So she did that. But she started with a tagline, aspire to inspire before you expire. And I love that. It's very inspirational.
Well, you know, what was interesting to me in her presentation is that she described what personally obtains with assemblymen. It is such a highly demanding position that modus operandi that she described is really sometimes, it could be a hindrance to what we really are assigned to do. But I was happy that she really gave the public a kind of clear picture of what it's like to be an assemblyman.
You know, and as you say that, some of the characteristics of an assemblyman, it has to be selflessness, generosity, love, competence, and willingness. And if you do not have these characteristics or these tenets high up as part of your whole aura and what you aspire to be, she said that you have to forget it.
Yes.
Forget it.
You know, well, I'm now finishing 4 years, and at another time, if you could get a clearer picture of what that sacrifice really entails, it'd be really interesting and educational for the general public to know. But tonight, it's all about Keegan Dinoon.
It is.
It's all about the Buccoo Man Pleasant seat. And here we are. I'm just looking at the aerial on the screen. We are here.
It's almost blue.
Yeah, to give that
it's
support.
blue and green.
Yeah. It's a lovely space, of course.
Yes.
Buccoo.
Yeah, Buccoo is lovely.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Buccoo
space.
is a lovely place.
Yeah. So at some point, Mrs. Roberts, I think we will need to get into some of the achievements of this administration.
Definitely.
There is so much to talk about, but the programs are so packed that sometimes we just can't slip it in. But maybe as time goes by, we might just have the time to.
We must put in the plug and let Tobago know the hard work that this administration has been putting in.
But what could be noted is that within this 4 years, the Buccoo Cemetery was paved.
Yes.
And for years, I actually grew up close to that area. And for so many years, that cemetery the road was in a state of disrepair. And we were able to get that fixed during this tenure. And there are some other fixes around the area that we would like to share. There's also the widening of the road up at Canby gas station.
Correct.
A major infrastructural fix.
Yes.
That has created so much ease for persons traveling when the gas station, when the trucks are refilling, when the cars are lined up. There's smooth flow now. It's really a great initiative.
And you know, that project was done internally with a lot of the internal resources of the Tobago House of Assembly.
Nice.
The actual employees of the division undertook that work in the widening of the road at Canby.
All right. So we're going backstage side.
Yes.
Where we are about to hear the voice of Wayne Wasp Clark.
Wayne Wasp Clark.
Perspective.
So we are going stateside now because Wayne Wasp Clark, the candidate for Lambo Lowlands.
Lambo Lowlands. So back to you, Master Command, and let's go stage side.
That until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is in.
Buccoo, good night. Buccoo, good night. Buccoo, I say good night. Let me stand to recognize our political leader, Pauline Chavez Augustine. Deputy political leaders, Dr. Faith Brebner, Ms. Natisha Charles Pantin. Who's the next one? Eh? Trevor Williamson, James, you leave the man for last. And most importantly, let me recognize all you wonderful people who journeyed out here tonight for our cause. We have but a few weeks to go. And these few weeks will be very important. These few weeks, we have to pick up everything we have. Keep each and every one close together. Move together. Live together. Eat together. In years gone by, we cry together, but come January 12th, we're going to celebrate together.
You respect that?
I know something was wrong and I had to take off this hat here. I'm here like to talk with hat now.
You respect that? You respect that?
Tonight, I'm here to endorse Mr. Keegan Dinoon. And I'll tell you something about Keegan. Now, Keegan works in the department that, fortunately, I lead. And during the time in talking with Keegan, one day Keegan came to the office. I actually sent to call him. And I said, this is off the record. This was just after the other side would have announced the prospective candidates. And I said to Keegan, if you are a party fanatic, that is okay, go ahead. But if you have an interest in building Tobago, if your interest is about Tobago, tell me what you have to lose. It doesn't matter which side of the fence you're on. Once you can make your contribution and it's made in the name of Tobago, then you are a winner. Keegan happens to be, and I'm only saying this because he is a part of the team. Keegan happens to be one of the most efficient workers in the division, in that youth department. He will submit all his proposals early on time. So you have ample time to vet them and decide if you're going to go with it or if you're not going to go with it. Keegan is never late with his assignments. Never. And I think that when you see young people showing up like that, you should always be complimenting them. Because in this country, we have a way of being very quick to point out the shortcomings. Let us be equally fast to point out excellence, and Keegan has demonstrated excellence. I don't understand what all the big talk is about. Keegan and leave and go Trinidad to run. He's in Tobago there. And if Tobago is we, doesn't matter what side you come from, Keegan is we too.
You respect that.
We have to embrace him. And we have to embrace and uphold each and every one. Not who like to skip party, but each and every one who has a genuine interest in the betterment and the progress of Tobago. This past 4 years, brothers and sisters, I say I don't watch what you're saying on the podium, but this past 4 years, at times was pure hell. Dealing with our enemy in Trinidad, and he had one in Tobago. But all the pressure they could give, we survive. All the pressure they give away, we standing here today. All the pressure they give away, people decide that me ain't gonna run again and I'm gonna stand behind the anchor. We ain't saying no to nobody. We saying yes to each and every one who decide that they're going to be part of the Tobago upward movement.
You respect that?
This party is about Tobago, and this party is for all Tobagonians, those at home and those abroad. If you want to come and make a contribution, the gates are open for you to come and push Tobago in that upward direction. Sometimes when you hear people talking, you tend to wonder what it is they're really talking about. You want to know if it's war we're fighting. Sometimes it's war, yes, because you have to stand up and fight for what you believe in. And if you believe that Tobago deserves its respect, its rightful share of everything that comes out of this country, then yes, at times you have to declare war. It's important. As much as you like peace, sometimes it requires war to get peace. It requires you showing the people who are trying to oppress you that, listen, I ain't afraid of you and I'm coming head to head with you because Tobago has to get what Tobago deserves.
You respect that? You respect that?
When you decide to go into public life, brothers and sisters, actually nothing could prepare you for this. I sure if somebody to tell Dr. Faith, I see in the future when you're building cupboard, don't open no drawer. Because they're going to come and dig up your drawer, she might not believe. If they tell Zorisha, don't put no drawer, they come in and dig up your drawer. Well, you know for what? They might not believe you. But the truth is that some things you have to endure in public life, you could never really be prepared for it. But you just have to be prepared and understand what the cause is. And if you understand what the cause is, then you're going to overcome everything that they throw at you. You have to understand that when you take a stand, once you take a stand for anything in life, He gonna go against some people. He gonna rile up some people. He gonna vex some people. But look on the brighter side. He gonna make real people happy if you stand for the right thing. And each and every one of you coming out here tonight, you have demonstrated that you are prepared to stand for the right thing. You are prepared to stand for the Tobago People's Party. You are prepared to stand for a party that you build. You are prepared to stand and say that Tobago has to be respected. Tobago has to get what Tobago deserves. And we're not going to give up. We're not going to back off. We're going to keep taking the fight to whoever it is in central government until Tobago gets what Tobago requires. This ain't time to back off. This ain't time to ease up. All the new road Trevor built, let we press gas down them road and let we press it straight to Red House, wherever it is. And when you get to Red House, I feel we ought to paint over that house, you know. I have a feeling we ought to paint over that house. But if they had to paint it over, it had to be the blue house. It had to be the blue house. Brothers and sisters, on a serious note, this organization has to be proud of the past 4 years. We have to be proud of the past 4 years. Because when others were satisfied to sit, you have a big word that has called, you know, me can call a word that a word come out after I left school, procrastinate. When they decide to sit and only if in and a better, and we want Tobago to get your own carnival, they say we knew and we is Virgin, but Virgin come in and get the carnival, and not even Virgin Atlantic could hold all the people that come here. We went up in Charlottesville. And they built a high ramp. When I went up to look at it and inspect it, they say you had to jump off. I said, no, I got clap who jumping off. I ain't going up there. But that diving extravaganza, that world championship, it was is one of the fastest growing sports. And Tobago was the first the island. Tobago was the first place that competition was ever held outside of Norway. This competition has potential for enormous growth. Big organizations, big media houses like ESPN and all these places are showing an interest in coming on board and being a part of that Dutch diving championship. We have done well. We go up in Moriah. Trevor and Whitey move one set of step and pull road. I don't know how they used to push people down all them steps there with wheelbarrow. But you're not to worry about that now. You could drive right up. So that is another first. And if you're a virgin, you must be proud of something like that because the first time it has been done. We come back to Scarborough. You could duck down from by Bishop's High School there and just head up the back and go straight up in town. So when you had things going on in town and you don't want to be a part of the front line, this party don't only give you front, they give you front line and back line. Tell her take the quiet one. If you like noise, go to the front. And if you want to be quiet, pass up the back. This organization, brothers and sisters, has been performing for you. And the amount of you out here tonight and follow us every night, it shows that you are interested in being part of this journey. We welcome you and we will succeed together. For 21 years, brothers and sisters, we weep, we mourn, we groan. But for the past 4 years, we're celebrating and we're moving up. And people taking notice that the Tobago People's Party is a party that's on the rise. It's a party that's destined for succeeding. It's a party that's destined to take Tobago where Tobago needs to be. This party has Tobago on the path to be world class. Without a doubt. And don't let nobody fool you. They just do everything, those on the other side. They just make a plan for in case they're losing. The plan what they had for the last 4 years was to leave a debt of $900 million, knowing fully well that the measly 200 and something million we gonna get for development, even if you use all every year, you can't pay it off in the 4 years. That is wickedness. But better they didn't know. We have a leader called Farley Chavez Augustine, who started, he said, I gotta pay. But let me go and look at the work. Let me go and check on the work, and we gotta pay as you verify the works. Bethel had to go down. Not the Bethel people, but the people who decide to commit that act in Bethel, he had to go down in history. They cut one road in 4 and charged the price 4 times, and the road still endo. Even if the chief secretary was to throw his hands up in the air and say, I got to pay with all the money we get, even at this juncture where we are approaching 4 years, we couldn't pay it off. But still, Tobago works have to go on. So you have to do a little of this, a little of that. Now, why you think the chief give up the finance secretary and bring in a woman? Women know how to steer money.
You respect that. You respect that.
I wasn't holding on to no money at all. I decided to go in front of the mirror and ask myself the question, why you ain't have no money? And then I look around and I say, but you real stupid, you ain't got no wife? But don't worry, I'm getting a wife. Yes, I'm getting a wife before long. I went and put down my name, and I'm just waiting for my name to come down. But brothers and sisters, on a serious note, I want you all to remain focused. I want you all to keep your eyes on the prize. I want you all to understand that we have a date. You see, when you have a date with a real pretty woman or a real handsome man, everything you do, you eye on that date. We have a date with something as pretty as Tobago's success, and that date is January the 12th. That date is January the 12th. And don't care who tried to push it back, who tried to turn it wrong, who tried to change the date. Nothing ain't changing. On January the 12th, we're going to walk down the aisle and receive that bride of success. And we're going to signal that the Tobago People's Party going to continue the journey of building Tobago, making it the greatest liquor island on this planet. We're going to do that. We're going to keep that date. And we're going to keep January 12th in mind, because January the 12th is serious business.
You respect that.
And me and see Keegan, yet since I come up here, me and see him. But Keegan, let me tell you something. You don't be ashamed of nothing. You show that you are interested in Tobago and Tobago's progress. So if it means taking off a red jersey and put on a blue one, it's not about the jersey. It's about finding yourself in progressive company. Yes, it's about finding yourself in progressive company. And you know, me ain't really good with big words. But when they're telling me about Keegan separate from the PNM, I said, no, sometime in life, your separation is your preparation for your elevation. And Keegan has shown that. Keegan has shown that he is ready to elevate. And Keegan has to go with the Tobago People's Party come January 12th. Keegan is going to be victorious sitting in that assembly. And Keegan is going to show Tobago that this move was worth the while. Sometimes it's important to understand what it is you have to work with. And I will admit that the division I lead, it's not perfect, it's far from perfect. There are things we have to do to achieve the greatest little island on the planet status. That has to start immediately. Each and every one of us have to inspect our own self. Check yourself and ask yourself if you playing your part in the upward movement at Tobago. I tell people sometimes, just as our dress here, well, not in the TPP jersey, but a jeans and a t-shirt, and I go work just like that. You have a reason for that. Me ain't like shirt and tie. Me, we living in a hot place. I can't take on this thing choking my neck all the time. That is for now and then. I got to work prepared to jump down in any trench that needs my attention down there to support the workers, because we have to lead by example. We have to lead by example. A couple months ago, brothers and sisters, a couple months ago, we was having problems in the division. They say all the machine break down. We can't get to cut the ground. And somebody called me and tell me, look, the condition of Buccoo ground. I came down and watch it. I said, well, today is Friday, but Monday can't reach it, sir. I get a lawnmower and I come down and I start to push. I watch wrong. I say, but this thing ain't easy in a boy. And I asking people to vote for me and I had to push lawnmower. But I said the place had to cut because the community have to enjoy the use of that facility. And that time, he didn't come over to no TPP yet. I'm here talking this because I'm making up something. I'm telling you the truth. I hear next lawnmower running behind me. When I look around, Keegan was there pushing the lawnmower too. I said, but why you there, you're pushing lawnmower? He said, it's for Tobago. We had to endorse Keegan. Keegan is interested in the betterment of Tobago. Keegan is interested in doing what is required to get the job done. Keegan is a young man that has the right intention. And anybody that has the right intention, we have to hold them up, support them. We have to support them. We have to support this young man tonight. We have to support Keegan. People tell me, election coming, who afraid if I afraid? When I was coming down here tonight, I said, boy, and I'm me who afraid of Ansel, and I'm me. And I'm me who afraid.
We respect that.
When Keegan decided to jump on the progressive ship, when Keegan decided to take the forward step, we glad. And still afraid. And we. So even tonight, as I continue to remind you, Buccoo, Mount Pleasant, you have to support this young man. You have to write your name in history. You have to ensure that the seat in your constituency come January 12th is counted. And that seat can only be counted if each and every one of you who are eligible to vote get up and go out and vote. You have to vote for Keegan. A vote for Keegan is a vote for progress. A vote for Keegan is a vote for success. A vote for Keegan is a vote for empowering the youth. A vote for Keegan is a vote for making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. You have to support Keegan. All the candidates on show, Keegan is definitely the best one.
We respect that.
And it's only the best we just take here. We look high and low. And let me tell you something. You doesn't just start and be on top, you know. Sometimes it requires blood, sweat, and tears. It's just recently something came back to me. There are 30 people that reside in this Tobago People's Party that was here from the very beginning. And that was Farley Chavez Augustine, Dr. Faith Brebner, and who was the next one, boy? Oh, Watson say, why party? Give me party. Yours truly. We are the three surviving people. And sometimes there's a reason why things happen. Everybody seems to want to believe that you had to get a doctorate or a PhD or whatnot. You didn't get no doctorate 200 years ago. So how the world was running? They built all them pyramids in Egypt without diploma, degree, and doctorate. It look now like we're placing too much emphasis on it. Me ain't trying to limit no young person ambition. Go and get it if it needs be. But understand that if you didn't make it to that place, there is still a place for you in the Tobago People's Party. We ain't have a degree and we ain't have a doctorate. We have a people who are willing to do the work. And if you're ready and you're able and you're ready to work, then there's a place here for you. This has been demonstrated time and time again. Because they could tell Farley anything. When Farley was looking around and he said, Baines gone and Nutsy gone. He said, boy, look, you have nothing to do with degree. You performing all the time. Step up and take charge of that division and carry the division where you want to go. You have people like Keegan to support you and being true to form, even if he was on the other side. Keegan has supported me and this division made a lot of breakthrough. I telling you, me ain't joking when I tell you, vote for Keegan. Keegan was supporting all along. Keegan was by my side, even if he was PNM. So I had no problem to come here tonight and endorse Keegan because I see the metal that Keegan is from.
You respect that.
Keegan was always about Tobago. Let me tell you, say what you want. Any new regime will get some pushback. You get pushback from sometimes public officers. You get pushback from all kind of people. And sometimes what you're expecting is not where you just get it. Because normally you might think with the way our people like to be wicked and spiteful, that people like Keegan being on the other side at that time with a pushback. Keegan never pushed back. Keegan get behind me and was the gas in my machine to move community development to heights that we have never met before. I supporting Keegan because Keegan is real and Keegan has Tobago interests at heart. I'm going to support Keegan any day. And I urge each and every one of you, support Keegan. Keegan is a young man who has the betterment of Tobago at heart. And anybody who has Tobago at heart needs to be supported and needs to be celebrated. So even as I'm about to wrap up, man, all you always coming and shining light. I tell you, don't shine no light, man. I better ain't come off. It's a joke I was making. I just did that for in case I was going and shine light. But on a serious note, there is no better to represent Buccoo Mount Pleasant at this time. You have to simply just go with Keegan. As a matter of fact, they could hold classes throughout the Christmas. You don't want to see nothing else and you don't want to know nothing else on the ballot. You're going in, you know them thing where just keep horse eye straight. You're going in with that and when you find Keegan, you're going to look no further. Put your X by the anchor. Put your X for Keegan Dinoon. Put your X where it matters most. Put your X for the progress of Tobago. Keegan Dinoon is the person who's going to take Buccoo Mount Pleasant to new heights. Keegan has been involved in the village council. Keegan has been involved in the youth movement, the Buccoo Ballpark movement. Keegan has been involved in the division, informing all them youth programs. Year go, year come. Keegan has been efficient. Keegan is worthy of this prize. And Buccoo Mount Pleasant, you got to give Keegan that crown come January the 12th. The last thing, tomorrow is nomination day. As of tonight, we all are prospective candidates. We all have a responsibility to do what lies within your power to keep your candidate safe, to keep your candidate on the right path. All kind of temptation go come. walk with piece of rope. When I reach the straight part for the road, I tie my steering. I going straight home. Me, I want to know nothing. All I want to know is come by the food up for 8:30 in the morning. We go down to the returning officer and we go do what we had to do. And from then on, now is when the war start. Now is when they go do all kind of things. But now is when we're ready. And with Keegan Denoon in your corner, trust me, you're ready. So come January 12th, Keegan Denoon for Buccoo Mount Pleasant. Keegan Denoon is going to make Buccoo Mount Pleasant proud. Keegan Denoon is going to write a new chapter in Buccoo Mount Pleasant. Keegan Denoon is going to make Buccoo Mount Pleasant nicer than it ever was. And with Keegan Denoon in the corner, we know that we are well on the path to making Tobago the greatest little island. The greatest little island. With Keegan Denoon, we are well on our way to becoming the greatest little island on the planet. I thank you, brothers and sisters.
Until the philosophy which old one race superior and another.
Now we wait for Wayne was Clark endorsing Keegan Denoon.
Finally.
Now we wait for Wayne was Clark again, the lyrical man for the TPP. Brothers and sisters, we having an entertainment coming up. We have Princess Adana will come to entertain us tonight. So let us hear from our princess, Adana.
Viewers, we are at the Buccoo Integrated Facility for the Tobago People's Party political meeting endorsing our candidate, Keegan Denoon. We just had an endorsement of Keegan Denoon by Wayne Wasp Clark, and his endorsement was premised on the fact that he is the current Secretary of the Division of Community Development, Youth Development and Sport, and Keegan Denoon is currently an employee at the division. He endorsed him in terms of his professionalism and his support as the coordinator of the Youth Energized for Success program. Wayne, with his usual self, brought the fire on with the realities and the truth that we face here in Tobago. He highlighted some of the infrastructure projects that we have done in Tobago, and those included the King Peter's Bay Road, the road at the Mount Mary close to the Scarborough RC School, and he also highlighted the project, the road that was done in the Shervan Friendship area. He also made his endorsement to Keegan, indicating that although Keegan supported the People's National Movement before, he still supported Mr. Wayne Wasp Clark, Assemblyman Wasp Clark, as the Secretary and Assistant Secretary in the Division of Community Development, Youth Development, and Sport. So right now we have our entertainment. Adana is on stage, so we'll take you backstage side and come back, after which we will have Sonny Craig, Assemblyman Sonny Craig, endorsing the candidate Keegan Denoon. So we go stateside now. Thank you.
Everything about you seems so brand new. I'm not gonna say a thing, rude boy. I want to hear you sing it loud. Say, Keegan, say, I love you. Pull it up for me. Talia, you can speed it up just a little bit. Anybody here tonight believe in love? Anybody believe that TPP is love? And that TPP is we. Anybody voting the TPP come January 12th? Somebody make some noise. And let me do this one time. Come on. I just want to see everybody rocking away right now. Let's send a message of love on the inside. Come on. I wanna love you. Can I get some voices and say, I wanna love you. Hey, every day we'll be together. Said with the roof right, we share the shelter. No. Said, shut up my single bed, we share the same room. For a child provide, TPP is love. Somebody say, is this love, is this? There you go, come on. Is this love, is this love, is this love, is this love that somebody rock away right now, come on. Hey, I wanna know now. I got to know, can you help me sing tonight? Say, I'm willing and able, no. So I threw my cards on the table. I wanna love you, I wanna love and treat you right. I wanna love you every day, and we'll be together. Said with the roof right, we share the shelter. No. Set up my single bed, we share the same room. But I provide, take it down for me, say, is this love, is this? Let's wake this whole place up tonight, say, is this love, is this? That pull it up for me. One more time. Is this love, is this? That I'm feeling. There we go. I just want to see a flag in the air. Anybody representing for TPP? Anybody from Canaan? Anybody from Mount Pleasant? Anybody from Buccoo tonight? Can I see some flags in the air like so? If you're rapping Keegan, they know and say, if it was meant to be, I go. Come on, I go in there. Hey, shining day. Come on, say, come, let me do it today. Let me do it today. I'm not sure to see you too. Hold on. Y'all, the time is now. You see, January 12th, make no mistake. We're putting the X by the anchor. Somebody say Keegan the noon for me. Somebody say Keegan the noon for me. Somebody say TPP is we. One time, let me go. What you could do when you get this I just want to see something in the air, everybody, right now. What come on. Do when bumper fling down. Hey, let's go. Just wave it like this to me, everybody from side to side. Everybody from side to side. Show them the blue wave. If it was meant to be, I go find you. I go in love, yes. Charming day. Come on, charming day. Somebody help me out, say, come, let me do it today. Let me do it today. I'm not sure to see you tomorrow. So tell me about tomorrow. Today. I want you to answer me one thing tonight. I want you to answer this question. Come on. What you gonna do come January the 12th? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when bumper fling down? Hey, how you gonna deal with all this magic? When I make that bumper flip, dip like this. I'm in a liar. Girl, you make me higher. I could drink champagne, burn wine and burn my desires. Now say this not for you. Don't get delusional. Put something in the air. Everybody represent. Sing, come, let me do it today. Let me do it today. I'm not sure to see you tomorrow. So tell me about tomorrow, I need it today. I can take it today, I ain't sure to get that tomorrow. Who promised you tomorrow? Thank you.
Let's hear it for the sister. You know, it's when I hear them type of voices and the articulation, I just go and make mistake over the place I singing. But let me hear it for the sister. Let me hear you. Brothers and sisters, we are reminded that all our support must be transferred to her. On Monday, 12th January 2026, you are going to, for the symbol of the, brothers and sisters, all the other parties can't understand this TPP family. They can't understand it. They cannot understand our language of love. They ain't understand how a man could challenge another one and then everybody hug up in love and say, let we go. Brothers and sisters, who you gonna be voting for? I'm gonna bring this example or the scenario I just mentioned. I'm gonna bring the real endorser, the incumbent, who has embraced the new candidate, coming tonight, brothers and sisters, to introduce, endorse, approve, support, and take our brother Keegan to the place for victory is no other but the incumbent, our brother Sunny Days are coming.
Yeah, when my music? Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Let me recognize the political leader, Mr. Farley Chavez Augustine, chairman of the party, Ms. Natasha Seconds, and all the other deputy chairs, assemblymen, councillors. Good evening, everyone. If you're in the best village in Tobago, wave your flag. I am here just to read. It's actually a few pages as well, but I'm going to see how fast I could get through this. But it's important for you to know the caliber of the man we're voting for on the 12th of January 2026. Keegan Caleb Dinoon, community leader, youth development advocate, public servant, cultural and economic development champion. Keegan is a distinguished Tobagonian leader whose work spans youth development, community empowerment, cultural revitalization, public administration, and political advocacy. Widely respected for his grounded, people-centered leadership style, Dinoon has become known as a builder of institutions, revitalizer of community spaces, and advocate for opportunity, particularly for Tobago's youth. At the heart of Dinoon's professional life is a deep and unwavering commitment to youth empowerment, social mobility. He serves as program administrator for the YES program, Youth Energized for Success, one of Tobago's premier youth development initiatives. Under his leadership, the program has strengthened its systems, expanded access, and increased its impact, reaching thousands of young people through internships, professional development, mentorship, entrepreneurship, support, and career readiness training. Beyond program delivery, Dinoon has personally assisted numerous young people with job placement, career guidance, resume preparation, workplace readiness, and professional conduct, often acting as a bridge between youth and employers in both the public and private sectors. He has also played a key role in advancing financial education among youth, equipping them with practical knowledge in budgeting, savings, responsible borrowing, credit management, and financial decision-making, recognizing that economic empowerment is fundamental to long-term independence and stability. Dinoon's leadership extends deeply into grassroots community development. As president of the Buccoo Village Council, he has been instrumental in revitalizing and modernizing key community institutions and spaces, while preserving Buccoo's rich cultural heritage. He also played a central role in the revival and development of the Buccoo ballpark, transforming it into an active hub for sports, youth engagement, and community events, thereby providing a safe and productive outlet for young people and strengthening community cohesion. Dinoon has been a consistent and effective advocate for practical community infrastructure improvements. A passionate advocate for Tobago's cultural identity, Dinoon played an active role in the rebirth of the Buccoo Folk Theatre, supporting its return as a space for storytelling, performance, cultural education, and creative expression. His involvement helps strengthen opportunities for local artists, performers, and cultural practitioners, while ensuring that Buccoo's traditions remain alive and relevant for future generations. In addition to community leadership, Dinoon serves as chair of the credit committee of the Lambo Credit Union, where he contributes to ethical financial governance, responsible lending, and member empowerment. His work within the credit union complements his broader efforts to promote financial literacy, particularly among young people and first-time earners, reinforcing the link between education, discipline, and economic resilience. And finally, he is recognized as a compelling communicator and strategist with the ability to connect policy to people's lived realities and mobilize young leaders toward meaningful civic participation. Dinoon presently has a Master's of Business Administration and a Bachelor of Laws, LLB. He has a certificate in industrial relations and has additional professional training in leadership, governance, program management, and community development. This multidisciplinary background informs his analytical, legal, and strategic approach to leadership. Ladies and gentlemen, another party held this seat for 41 years. And that 41 years came to an end in 2021. Are they coming back this time? Let me say this, I've had the privilege of walking the streets with Mr. Dinoon, and I feel comfortable and confident that the work we began in Buccoo Mount Pleasant will continue. I feel confident that he is the man to take the mantle. I have a piece of Bible for Mr. Dinoon. The book of 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 12 says, "Let no man despise your youth, but be an example of the believers in your word, in your conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, and in purity." Ladies and gentlemen, as the outgoing representative for this district, I feel enthused, I feel assured that Mr. Dinoon is the best man to continue this work. So I endorse him full 100. And on the 12th of January, we will celebrate the continuation.
You respect that? You respect that?
We will celebrate the continuation. I thank you very much.
Tobago.
Ladies and gentlemen, stand to your feet at the stand as we welcome the next area representative for the district of Buccoo, Mount Pleasant, and Canaan. Make some noise for Mr. Keegan Caleb. Keegan Caleb. Bilou.
You respect that? You respect that?
Good evening, Buccoo. How are we feeling tonight? When I say the anchor, you say holds. The anchor. The anchor. The anchor. What a privilege it is to be home in my backyard. Welcome to the best village on the greatest little island on the planet. Permit me to recognize political leader, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine, and all deputy political leaders, Chairman, Mrs. Anne Natasha II, all my comrades in this fight. Give them a round of applause tonight. All 14 candidates. You see, but before we begin, I invite you to stand wherever you are and just to take a moment of silence for one of the villagers who passed recently, a man I met many years ago as a child who would have dedicated his life to the service of this community. One Mr. Hayden Solomon. As president of the village council, I could have depended on him to be there. For ballpark, he was there. For everything community-wise, he was there.
You respect that?
I saw him last week, Friday, not recognizing that that would have been the last time I would have seen him. So let's ask you to pause for a moment of silence as we reflect on his life. Thank you. You may be seated. My brothers and sisters, TPP family, good evening. I am sure all of you can feel the love tonight. Turn to the person next to you and say, it's good to see you. You see, because sometimes we take life for granted. We are here today and we're gone tomorrow. But what we are going to ensure is the same way we're going to take the victory on January 12th, we're going to make sure our lives are an election sure as well. You see, brothers and sisters, this is serious business. This is serious business. We are here tonight because we understand that Tobago wants to go forward. We are here tonight because we understand that the only party that can take this island forward is the Tobago People's Party.
You respect that?
You see, as I walked the length and breadth of my electoral district, I felt the love. I felt how people have welcomed me in their homes. And for that, I'm grateful. But there are a few persons who I have met that have expressed some grief with my departure from my former organization. To those persons, just now. To those persons, I sincerely apologize for how it was done, but I don't apologize for leaving for the betterment of Tobago. You see, as a man, you must be able to take responsibility for your actions. And when you offend people, you must apologize. But I would never make any apology for choosing Tobago first. I would never make any apology for choosing the development of the people of Tobago. And I would never make any apology for positioning myself to serve the people of this electoral district to the best of my ability. You see, brothers and sisters, when you come to these meetings, you come to be educated. And permit me to educate you tonight. There are many persons who have left the People's National Movement. We have Brother Notsi, who is now Minister of Parliament. You have Natisha Charles Pantin, Secretary for Agriculture. But let's go back into history a bit. When you fly into the international airport, it's called what? Arthur Napoleon Raymond Robinson International Airport. And many of you may not know that he was once a deputy political leader and also a minister of finance under the People's National Movement. But he also understood that sometimes you have to leave for the betterment of Tobago. And he left and he formed the DSC, then the NAR, and then they beat the PNM 33-3. Remember that? And let's go back into the Bible, because I believe in biblical principles. Remember the story of Moses? Remember Moses grew up in Egypt? Sometimes you have to grow up in the palace to free the people. So I am here to ensure that the people remain free. You see, as young people, we understand our purpose. I was walking part of the electoral district, and one individual came out and started to spew the venom. And the thing about it is, I have learned in this life that when man meant evil, God means good. Because directly after that video, so many of the people from the PNM side came to pledge their support because they could not stay anymore with that venom. So Barbara, I'm thankful. Thank you, Barbara. Thank you for reminding me why I left. The thing about it is, we are here tonight because we understand that Tobago must win. Tobago have to win, and Tobago will win. Ladies and gentlemen, before I came here, you would have seen my current boss, Mr. Wayne Wass Clark, endorse me. And everything he said was the gospel truth. When he came into office, he was the assistant secretary there. And like most people, they really don't pay the assistant secretary any mind. But for me, I believe in respecting a man's office and his position, no matter what political party you represent. What you don't understand is when you stifle the economy, when you try to stop things from happening, you are stopping your own island. And no matter what party is in power, all of us are Tobagonians. And we must do our individual parts in ensuring that this island continues to go forward. Because when you hide a check in a drawer, or you slow down a process, you are slowing down the island. What I want all of us to do is to make a conscious effort in ensuring that we do our part in pushing this island forward. I have walked this electoral district. I have heard the cries of the people. I've seen some happy, I've seen some sad. But what I have seen is a people who are passionate about the island, a people who want betterment for themselves. And so the policies that I have planned for have not been inspired by myself alone, but has been inspired by you, the people. Development must be driven by determination. Development must be driven by you, the people. And so the plans for this electoral district, I would start to lay them out tonight. I had a conversation with a lady who was a nice young child, and she said that she wants a sidewalk from the early childhood center down into Mount Pleasant. Don't worry, that would be done come January the 12th when you elect us into office. There are a number of places that wants mirrors like Clark Trace, by Shears by the corner. I have listened. Those things will be done come January the 12th. Have no fear. But getting deeper into the development of this island, when you come to Buccoo Beach, you recognize that this has been one of the major launching pads for vessels. And far too many times we have seen vessels stuck in the sand. But don't worry, Keegan working the noon is here. The slipway will be built come January the 12th. to ensure that we maximize the potential of this beach. We are going to install the huts, the change rooms and the bathrooms for your comfort and to ensure that we drive economic development on this island. When you go to Mount Pleasant, we see the field that used to be a vibrant hockey field. We are going to again revitalize that field. But more than that, along the way, I have met many single parents, more single mothers, but a significant amount of single fathers. What we are going to do is ensure that those single parents are supported and supported well, so that you don't have to worry. So my electoral district is going to be the birthplace of those homework centers from tertiary, secondary, primary, to ensure that you are supported. Last night, the Chief Secretary would have mentioned one of the plans that I introduced into the organization. And that is a plan for food card assistance for tertiary students. Because we understand the struggle. We understand that it's our responsibility as leaders to stand in the gap for you, the people of Tobago. And that we will do to the best of our ability. The thing about it is, walking through the electoral district, I have seen some homes that really need assistance. And we are going to birth the Community Repair and Revitalization Program. Say that with me, the Community Repair and Revitalization Program. And that program will take care of those homes that are falling apart, those homes that need repairs, those homes that need bathrooms, those homes that need some soak-away development and so forth. Because we understand that the role and responsibility of a government is not only to build big buildings, but it's also to ensure that you, the people, are taken care of on a personal level. So that when you come out to meetings night after night, you don't come here by fear. You come here with hope. Hope for a brighter future. Hope knowing that the people you are voting for, the people you are going to put into office come January the 12th, are going to be there not only come election time, but they are going to be there for the 4 years representing you, standing by you, side by side, because we understand that our responsibility as leaders is to first be servants. Servant leadership is important. It is time for us to come out of the offices, to put on the boots and to walk the ground like Brother Wasp. You would have heard that he doesn't like to be in the office much. It's because he likes to be on the field, seeing, interacting. Because meaningful change doesn't always come from sitting in an office. Meaningful change comes from being on the ground with you, the people of Tobago.
You respect that. You respect that.
So brothers and sisters, take no chances with your future. Take no chances with your future. 4 years ago, you made a decision to change the direction of this island. You have seen the development. 4 years ago, we had people who never served before. But this time you have more qualified, more experienced people going into office. And so the development that you saw for 4 years, imagine what this 4 years can bring. Imagine what this 4 years can bring.
You respect that. You respect that.
But in order for us to take home the victory come January the 12th, each of you must take your constitutional right seriously. Don't stand here tonight and feel, all right, you don't win already. No. Take no chances with your future.
You respect that.
Ensure that you are the ones to open and to close the polls come election day. Bring the auntie, bring the nenen, bring the family, bring the man that you and he get away and still bring him to the polls. Because every vote is important in this election.
You respect that. You respect that.
I have seen many young persons along this journey. Some who have expressed to me, Keegan, the only reason we're voting is because of you, you know. They said the only reason we're voting is because we have seen what you have done out of office. We have seen that you have helped us out of office. imagine what you can do for us in office.
You respect that?
I am here today not because of myself. I am here to serve the people of Tobago. Those who cannot have a voice for themselves, don't worry. Keegan working the noon will be your voice. And come January the 12th, when you elect me into office,
You respect that?
you will elect someone who has purpose, someone who has a passion for service, and someone who would deliver for the people of Tobago.
You respect that?
You see, brothers and sisters, they can say many things about me, but one thing they can't say is that he ain't hard working. They can't say that he don't get the job done. They can't say that he ain't bright. They can't say that he ain't qualified. Because they know that come January the 12th, who went dead, badly wounded.
You respect that?
You see, brothers and sisters, I know exactly what I am fighting. But yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. So come January the 12th, take no chances with your future. Come January the 12th, take no chances with your future. What I want all of you to do is to have hearts of love and not hate. When they go low, we will go high. Because when you know that you have the love of God in you, you expect the devil to come. You expect the devil to attack you from the left, from the right, from the east, from the west. But the harder they come, the harder they fall. And as much as this meeting tonight will be burning many hearts, as much as this meeting with the amount of people here tonight will be burning many hearts, because the thing about it is, who people like, they give governor. And people must know when is their time to leave. But if they don't know when is their time to leave, we will put them out. If they don't know when is their time to leave, we will put them out.
You respect that?
But as I close tonight, I want you to remember, if nothing else, to one, take no chances with your future. So two, grab your friend, grab your brother, grab your mommy, grab everybody, and show up and show out on election day, because we are not going to take any chances with our future. We understand where we have come from, and we understand where we want to go.
You respect that? You respect that?
Come January the 12th, Dr. Faith, I want to ensure that you have all the ambulances on standby. Have all the ambulances on standby. I want to also put Divine Solace, Belgrove, and all those funeral homes on notice.
You respect that?
You see, brothers and sisters, This evening, while this meeting might be burning many hearts, this meeting is also inspiring hope in a lot of persons. There are a number of young persons, if you look around tonight, that has never attended a political meeting. There are a number of persons you would see here tonight that has never put on a political jersey. But because they see hope in the Tobago People's Party, they are here tonight. And we will ensure that we don't disappoint them. A few of my friends have told me, Keegan, if you could leave, who is we? But my message to them is, blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful. But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and doth he meditate day and night, and he shall be like a tree planted by the river, that bringeth forth fruit in the season. This is the season. This is the season, brothers and sisters. Come January the 12th. Come January the 12th. When we elect all 15 members of this party into office, when we elect all 15, we will continue making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. I thank you.
Turn up the sound. It's the 12th of January. We're moving with energy. We're talking TPP. We're talking Keegan the Noon for Buccoo.
Brothers and sisters, let us hear it for Keegan the Noon, the man who will take the TPP into the future for the 2026 Tobago House of Assembly elections. He has just put the final nail in the coffin of until Dennis. Brothers and sisters, now we hate for Keegan the Noon as he delivers his future address in his own hometown tonight. We thank you, the Noon. We thank you for coming over and putting the right foot on the right shoes.
Vision.
Keegan the Noon has now put the shoes on the right foot and is going to take this Buccoo Mount Pleasant seat for the TPP.
This is a nasty thing. All you started, lock up the traffic. Let me turn.
Brothers and sisters, now we continue to bless up and share Keegan the Noon for making the right decision, coming over and joining the TPP, the Tobago's People Party, who will bring home this seat come January 2026 for the TPP, making Tobago the greatest little island on the planet. Now we hear it for Keegan the Noon again. Brothers and sisters, we have a slight announcement. We have a deadline registration date for special voters, which will be...
All right. So we're back. We just had the inauguration or the in card. There's a word that describes when you ascend to royalty. But Mr. Denoon made his maiden speech. His debut, his maiden speech, and was really electrifying. You saw the crowd went crazy. And he interspersed it with some ideally placed Bible passages and so on. So I think that Buccoo Mount Pleasant is in a good place, and I'm feeling happy.
I am feeling very proud of him because I know Keegan. When I worked in the Division of Financial and the Economy, when I was an employee, not the secretary, an employee at the time, and I've seen Keegan grow. And I've seen Keegan mature, and I'm very, very proud of what I've seen here tonight. One of the things that struck me is that Keegan came out and had plans. He notified us of some of the plans that he has for the electoral district already. You know, sometimes you have to be so careful with plans, but I know that a man like Keegan will make it happen because he's a real action man.
Well, I think that you cannot escape from giving people hope.
Yes.
We just have to hope now that the other arms of the movement, where financing and policy and everything works hand in hand to ensure that he could deliver. So I think that he's authentic in what his desires are. But as you are the Secretary for Finance, you'll be the one to really bring it home to him.
Well, hopefully the decision of appointing the Secretary of Finance rests with the Chief Secretary.
Yes.
So I'm not sure just yet where it sits, but we are all hopeful. Yeah. Keegan is hopeful. Yeah. I'm hopeful as well.
I think everybody on this team is committed to delivering to the people of Tobago.
Definitely.
The Chief Secretary is about to take the stage.
Yes.
And of course,
we can't allow people to miss that one.
All right.
Yes.
So
we go stateside.
In a life there will be balance, for it is nature's way until judgment day. Weakness ain't got a chance. Playing strong cause I realize the price little one must pay. So keep the big one in paradise. It's torment and misery all day. Destruction of the weak is nature's plan. The humble and the meek must understand. This day of the strong man is the devil's heyday. So they will bite the ground when the master plays.
Tobago, good night. TBP Posse, good night. Buccoo, good night. Mount Pleasant, good night. Canaan, good night. Yes, yes. Allow me tonight to recognize the chairman of this party, Miss Ann Natasha II, all the other candidates, all the secretaries and members of the Tobago House of Assembly who are present, and of course, most importantly, you, the people of Tobago and the Tobago People's Party, good night.
You respect that. You respect that.
Tonight, I want to start by recognizing and expressing gratitude to our outgoing area representative for Buccoo Mount Pleasant in the person of Mr. Sonny Craig.
You respect that. You respect that.
I think Mr. Craig has earned himself the title of being the gentleman in politics.
You respect that. You respect that.
And that is reflective of who we are as the Tobago People's Party. There's only love on this side. I also want to recognize the man whose backyard we are in and who just a short while ago read the last rites and rituals for the political career of Ansel Dennis. So we know after tonight he dead with politically. And so we want to recognize Mr. Keegan Denoon.
You respect that. You respect that.
Buccoo has never been this blue before. And it shows that the politics of Tobago has changed. And it shows that the Tobago People's Party came on the scene, changed the politics in Tobago, while we left some in the back,
still playing old politics. But this election is not about old politics. This election is about new politics. This election is about recognizing those who are real versus those who are fake. This election will not be won by fear-mongering nor by scaring the people of Tobago, because we are never scared. This election are for those who understood what it was to vote by fear in the past and to realize that you were tricked. Nobody tricking us in this election. Come January 12, 2026, we are only voting for the Tobago People's Party. No other political institution on the island deserves our vote. Tobago is we. Tobago is we. Tobago is we. Tobago is we. This evening, I want to speak to you about 2 or 3 issues as we stand here in Buccoo, in the place where normally you will come and have Sunday school. Not the kind that you have at church, but the other kind. The kind that Tobago and Buccoo is famous for. The first issue I wish to talk to you about tonight is the fact that we are in the heart of the Buccoo Marine Park area. We are surrounded by the Buccoo Marine Park area. And from right where we stand this evening, we have perhaps a very important lesson as to why Tobago's autonomy is important. There are some individuals who believe that every time we make noise for Tobago being granted greater autonomy, that somehow that message is an anti-Trini message, is a I hate you message, is a message of us wanting more than we really supposed to desire. But right here where we stand this evening, we have perhaps the most poetic example of why having our autonomy is perhaps the most important element in our politics. And we should not lose sight of that. All of the things we enjoy when we come to a political meeting, all of the picong that makes us laugh and jump and dance, none of that is as important as the autonomy that we must fight for. That is the most important element in this politics. Because most of our dreams, our hopes, our desires, we cannot really fulfill them until you, the people of Tobago, are granted the right to self-determination, the right to decide for yourself how you ought to be governed. Not just who should govern you, but how you ought to be governed. And the reason why I'm anchoring this message in the Buccoo Marine Park area is because not so long ago, we had a death in the Buccoo Marine Park area by drowning. We had a significant injury in the Buccoo Marine Park area. We had vessels that sank in the Buccoo Marine Park area, causing distress to patrons. And every time it happens, people jump up and they say, but why Falia and them and calling these reef boat operators to order? Why they're making stronger rules? Well, the truth is, we are limited in terms of the kinds of regulations we can, in fact, put in place for the Buccoo Marine Park area. And I will tell you why. In November of 2020, we sat as a Tobago House of Assembly. The entire assembly, all 12 elected members and 4 councillors at that time. We sat and we agreed after much deliberation to agree and craft a bill which we sent down to the parliament, which if the parliament had picked it up, we would have had here in Tobago the authority to treat with what's happening in the Buccoo Marine Park area. And I want to be clear. This party does not believe that people can't go in the Marine Park and have fun. We don't believe that the park should not be used. We don't believe that the reef boat operators should not be there. We don't believe that they shouldn't play music at all. In fact, we want you to enjoy earning money from the Marine Park area, but we want you to do it safely. And so, as an assembly, I was in the opposition then. I was in the minority then. And I led the minority at that time. I was the first speaker from the minority at that time. And we agreed with the then Tobago House of Assembly to pass this bill and send it down to the parliament. Now, I hope you realize I said we agreed, that we voted for it. I want you to ask the minority leader if we agree with anything we carried in the House. Everything we carried in the House, they find an excuse not to support it because their policy is to oppose for opposing's sake. They don't oppose out of love for Tobago. They oppose because they engage in the politics of commerce and cascas and bacchanal. They oppose because they just want political power and not because they really love you, Tobago. But we were in opposition before, and we have had issues that we agreed with them on because at the end of the day, Tobago is we. At the end of the day, being Tobagonian is what is most important to this political organization. And so we agreed with them. And the then Chief Secretary, who is from this area, who Sonny beat in the last election, and who Keegan will beat again in this election, he took that bill and he sent it down to his good friend and then political leader, who is originally from Mason Hall. You see, that man is Tobago by birth, but he became Trini by boat. So he had a time with we. The bill never made its way to the parliament floor. And 5 years later, we are still asking, and this time, we are asking a different central government to carry it to the parliament floor on our behalf. Why am I raising it? It cannot be fair that a matter as important as this to our tourism industry, to our livelihoods, to our environment, that the national parliament does not care whether it goes before the parliament or not. They have other priorities. They're prioritizing crime. They're prioritizing radar. They're prioritizing a new program to replace CPEP. They're prioritizing back pay. They're prioritizing everything else. But Tobago's priorities remain on the back burner. While we must sit here and just pray and hope that someday somebody will take our priorities and make it national priority. But I'm saying we are tired of waiting. We will continue to pray, but this time we are saying we are willing to break the door down and ensure that Tobago's priorities are made national priorities. If we had the authority in law, we fix the problem long time. We wouldn't have to wait on anybody down in Trinidad to fix it for us. You are telling me we have a few people misbehaving in our Marine Park area and we can't fix the problem for ourselves. We have to send down to Trinidad and beg somebody to pass a bill so that we could have the authority to fix the problem ourselves. That could never, ever be fair. And how can we talk about a country that is united and a unitary state when one part of the state could never have its issues at the front of the ladder as priority? So we have to treat our issues ourselves. And that's the heart of what this autonomy thing is about. Because I could tell you it's not for a want of policy. We have the policies. We have crafted the policies. We have a committee that manages the marine park. We say to people, don't go in the park certain hours. Apply for certain events in the park. Don't carry garbage and bottles and plastic cups and so on over the reef. Don't walk on the reef. We see all kind of thing. And people just watch us up and down and do their own thing. And then when you call the police asking us, so what law can we use to really apprehend them? What law are we using to really stop them? The best the police could do is appeal to their conscience. And while that is happening, the park remains under threat. Our ecosystems there are under threat. And our tourism sector is under threat. Because imagine if one bad news happened there and it is handled poorly. What will happen? We had a drowning incident in the park. A drowning incident. And from the same group of people, a man foot get chopped up by the propeller of an engine. And you know what has to happen? The Tobago House of Assembly has to jump in. I have to call High Commissioner. I have to call Ambassador. I have to ensure we spend money. We have to spend money to take the deceased back to their home country. I didn't even know it's so expensive. It's more expensive to fly out a dead than to fly out a living. But don't worry. Come January 12th, Buccoo will pay whatever price is necessary to fly out the politically dead Ansel Dennis out of this place. But it is costly, and the TH has to pay the price and pay the penalty. As a matter of fact, the TH in the past was sued for the jet ski incident. We were sued, and the court said that the THA had to pay because we don't have proper policies in place. But policy without law has no teeth. And so when we stand here and we say we need autonomy, it's not to give Farley more power. It's not to give the TPP more power. It's to empower the people of Tobago to make laws to see about our well-being, our socio-economic development, and to protect the peace, safety, and sanctity of the people of Tobago. Tobago is we. And I will tell you, Tobago, nobody will mind our business better than we. And that is why I keep telling you, we're not drinking any bush tea for nobody else's fever in this election. We're minding our business. Tobago is we. Tobago is we. And so when we stand on the platform and we say that the single most important thing is our autonomy, and we have to have proper bills, it's not just because it sounds good. It's not just because Bigard said it, and APT James said it, and Robinson said it, and Hochoy said it, that we must now say it and repeat it. It's because from since then the problem was never fixed, and we will not rest until that problem is fixed. It has to be fixed. And so tonight, I am happy to tell you that one of the things you will see in our blueprint when it is launched, and I see the others, I shift the date for their launch. Kudos to them. One of the things you will see when our blueprint is launched is that we are going to contain in there proposals for a referendum here in Tobago, because we will be asking the central government to authorize through law that we have a referendum so that the entire island can come out and vote, and let us settle the issue of our autonomy and what we want in it once and for all. Every adult Tobagonian, one vote on the matter. You vote, and whatever you decide, that we go with. And if the central government is reluctant to make legal provisions for a referendum, the Tobago House of Assembly will hold a non-binding referendum, and we will take the data or the results from that referendum, and we are going to march forward to Port of Spain and say to Port of Spain, this is what the people of Tobago want, and we want nothing less than that. Because whenever I want you Tobagonians, whenever you go to the Marine Park area, you go down on the lovely beach in Buccoo, and I heard Keegan talking about it. At one point, the beach used to be quiet and lovely. Now you could barely get space. Everybody discover Buccoo Beach now. I wouldn't go as far, Keegan, as to saying it's the best beach on the greatest little island on the planet. But it is a decent beach. From up by me, you have to understand, up by me have real best beach too. So we are real best beach in up by me. I represent the district that is Speyside, Charlottesville, Lansome, Bloody Bay, Palatavere, Castara. I have more best beach than you could even think about. But at the end of the day, this Tobago that we have, whenever you go around this island enjoying what we have and our natural beauty, and you think about what we are unable to do policy-wise, how we are unable to regulate the space, how we are unable to create avenues to decency and order, ask yourself why these people are not giving us the autonomy we desire. And then, I know some of them will say, but we were offering you something, you should have taken it. Tobagonians are not beggars. We are not begging for this. We have a right, an entitlement to it, because every group of people have a right to self-determination, and the people of Tobago must get precisely what we say we want, not what they want to give us. And it is amazing that the same people who sometime in about 2012 went around and tell Tobagonians, don't vote for Ashwood Jack and them, because they want to give you a bill that will not give you 200 miles. All of a sudden, they bring bill, take out the 200 miles from it, take out our right to pass laws for our maritime space from it, and telling us that good for us. And I'm saying, hell no. We want our autonomy bill, and it must include our right to make laws and regulations over our maritime space. That is ours. And we're not begging for it. That is ours. Now let me extend the point some more. Because Tobago constitutes significant fishing communities. In fact, our fishing industry, I will argue, is larger than our farming industry. If you go to our banks, our fishers have larger portfolios at the banks than our farmers. Almost every beach we have in Tobago, we have fishermen take over the whole beach. I have had to go up in my area and say to them in Castor, oh gosh, or let them leave some of the beach to people who just want to have recreation. Both everywhere, because fishermen take over almost all the beaches. But we have been having a consistent challenge. Our fisher folk have been having a consistent challenge. Whenever they go to sea and they find themselves in danger, we are almost powerless to respond to help them when they're out there in danger. I can't even begin to count the number of times we have had to run by a gas station, buy gas for other fishing boats, send out fishermen to go and look for fishermen after 5, 6, 7 hours out at sea. Fishermen out at sea will radio in, they will call in, they will use their satellite phones even, and sometimes no help is forthcoming. Now, I was informed recently that the Coast Guard base down in Scarborough is now fully refurbished and ready to be handed over to the Coast Guard men. And I must say that is a step in the right direction. Because for too long that was non-functional. But I want to recall for you that not so long ago, we had 2 young men fishing from out of Palatavere, in danger at sea since morning. They're radioing for help. Mommy crying by the jetty in Palatavere. Fishermen concerned. You know how they got rescued? They got rescued because a Venezuelan boat was passing, picked them up. I went and purchased fuel, and the fishermen top up the fuel in the boat, went out about 32 miles, collected their colleague from the Venezuelan fishermen and come back to shore. Now tell me, of what use it is having a Coast Guard if we are to search and rescue for fishermen ourselves? And so when we have a conversation that started in Goodwood about protecting our borders and how porous it is, it's a matter of life and death for some individuals. For our fisher folk, the people who feed us, the people who raise us, the people who take care of us every single day. They risk their lives trying to feed us, and we don't have systems in place to protect them. And then when they dock at shore, and they're home in their bed, sleeping, resting to go back out the next day, some miscreant come from out of nowhere, steal a boat engine, steal a boat. One fisherman from Bell Garden sending me WhatsApp, his boat and engine quite in Venezuela, seized by La Guardia Nacional from Venezuela. He know nothing about that. He lose the boat, he lose the engines, and he still has a loan that he's paying in the bank for his property, stolen and used as part of the drug trade. And I'm saying that nonsense has to stop, and we have to protect our fisher folk and protect their industry. Because in this Tobago is not just for those of us who are academics. This Tobago is not just for those of us who got fancy university and have fancy degrees and letters behind our name. This Tobago that we seek to protect must even include those with the humblest of professions, including our fishermen. Because Tobago is we. And if Jesus could pick fishermen, why can't we pick our fishermen and take care of our fishermen too? Tobago is we, and that includes our fisher folk. And so, when I stand and I told you at Patience Hill about the THA's plan to utilize CCTV cameras, is because we are looking at our assets along the coast to see how best we can monitor what happens along and around our coastline 24/7 for ourselves. Not any outsider coming to mine it for us, but we monitoring it for ourselves. More than that, we propose that we will invest in much more advanced drone technology so that we can see what's happening in our space. Are you aware that there are drones that can fly sometimes 200 plus miles? There are drones that we could send up from right in Buccoo and send the drone all the way over to Charlottesville. That's the age that we live in. And if we live in such an age, why are we not using the technology to monitor what is happening in and around our space to provide safety and security for our people and for certain industries like our fishing industry? So we have to invest in the right technology. And I'm saying to you, Tobago, we have to stop waiting on others to do it for us. We have to do it for ourselves, and we have to make a decision that whether it is 5th schedule or 6th schedule or whatever schedule, once it is a Tobago business, we are going to do it ourselves, because Tobago is we and nobody else will take care of our business like we Tobagonians. And so when we come to places like Buccoo, and we say to people from Buccoo, invest your vote in people like Keegan Denoon. We are not asking you to just give a nice young man your vote. We are asking you to vote for policies that will protect the industries that actually uplift your community here in Buccoo. We are asking you to vote for the only administration that wants to do something about the marine park area, that wants to do something to protect our fisher folk, that wants to actually protect and grow our tourism industry. This is not a vote just because Keegan is a nice guy. Of course, he's a nicer person than his opponent, but he's also supremely talented. He has paid his dues in this community. He has been running the village council for a while. He has been managing your goat and crab races. He has been managing events here like back to school events and so on without a single pay for that. He has been running the YES program for a while. He has been training young people across the entire island. And come January 12, 2026, we are going to resoundingly give Keegan the Noon our vote. This is the time to go past a Buccoo boy and vote for a Buccoo man. This is the time for political maturity. This is the time to vote for somebody who was always there for you in joy or in sorrow. He ain't just driving by. He ain't trying to drive by you in a Porsche. He ain't trying to drive by you in a Santa Fe. He ain't trying to drive by you with the glass up. He have the old van walking still, and he driving by door to work with you before he was called to run in this election. And you in this election must now drive by the polling station on January 12th, go inside it and register your vote, sink the X next to the anchor, and vote for Keegan Dinoon.
You respect that? You respect that? You respect that?
This election, I also want to call on those outside of Buccoo, because this district runs from Buccoo, it includes Mount Pleasant, and it runs all the way down through Canaan. And I'm saying to you tonight that you have to give Keegan your vote. He's the one that you have seen most present and accounted for. And you know how he does know that people love this island? When I became chief secretary, I made it my duty to start my tenure by inviting every former chief secretary alive to come and sit down with me, notwithstanding knowing that most of those alive were from the PNM camp. Because good governance must include a bit of continuity. 2 of the former chief secretaries who are still alive did not turn up. The 2 of them were from PNM. One Mr. London and one Mr. Dennis. They didn't come. At every major state function, I have made it my duty to invite them. And you see, hypocrisy is a hell of a thing. When there was no Independence Parade this year, people yarding out their mouth from the other side about Independence Parade. But some of them who talking, they have never honored an invitation to attend an Independence Parade since they left the office of Chief Secretary. In other words, they could have only turned up to Independence Parade if they could drive in the BMW or the Lexus and be Chief Secretary. And I'm saying Tobago and Tobago leadership is not about pomp and ceremony. It's not about who could drive in nice car and who can't driving it. Tobago's leadership must rest in the hands of he who is willing to serve first and willing to serve all the people of Tobago all the time. And I'm telling you, in this election for Buccoo Mount Pleasant, the only person to vote for is someone who has been serving you without big office and is now deserving of the higher office of area representative for Buccoo Mount Pleasant in Keegan Dinoon.
You respect that? You respect that?
That's how you must vote. You could judge people by the actions when they're not in office. You could judge people by the actions when things ain't going their way. You could judge people by the action when you see they ain't get favor. And it's a sort of bold-facedness that you get, where something that them and them alone must govern. Well, I want to say Tobago ain't belong to no political party. Tobago is we. Tobago certainly does not belong to their political party. Tobago is we.
You respect that? You respect that?
You don't own this place. If you want, you probably own Lavantil, but you don't own Tobago. You probably own Digo Martin West, but you ain't own Tobago. You probably own a few places in the East-West corridor, but you ain't own Tobago. You might own some communities and constituencies down south, but you certainly do not own Tobago. Tobago is we. Tobago is we own, and we alone will decide the future of Tobago. And so every election, every time you vote, you are registering a vote for your own autonomy, for your own ability to govern yourself. We cannot have simple issues like managing a marine park that we can't control. And then when we add insult to injury, the bill that they had, I remember having a debate with the Joint Select Committee. The former AG Alwari was on that JSC. And I was saying to them, I am not accepting any bill where if I have to build a jetty, I need permission from somebody in Trinidad. I said, I'm not accepting any bill where if I have to do something in the waters, somebody in Trinidad must regulate how I use it. The sea that there belongs to we. It ain't them own, it's Tobagonians own that. And I could tell you because I grew up next to the sea. I could tell you because by the time I was 4 years old, I could swim. And you know why I learned to swim? It's fishermen that's taking me and flinging me in the water. Sometimes you run away from home and you take a little boat ride to Little Tobago. And when you come back and you think the fisherman come in and drop you ashore, he just dock up your boat, drop your anchor, and he said, well, you have to get ashore how you can. And he jump out of the boat and swim ashore. At some point, you have to get over the fair, jump in the water yourself, and you graduate from doggy paddle to making breaststrokes, to backstrokes and diving till you become fearless in the water. So I know that that sea that birthed me, that raised me, and belong to nobody else but the people of Tobago. And so when we talk about our autonomy, we are not accepting any autonomy bills where we can pass laws for our ocean. That is ours. That don't belong to nobody else but us. That we own. We own that. That not them own. Let them pass laws for the Gulf of Paria. Let them pass laws to the port in Port of Spain. Let them pass laws to Tobago. But they say as you cross the median line, let the authority rest with the people of Tobago. That is ours. Tobago is we. And we are not giving it up to anybody whatsoever. That is ours. And so I'm telling you tonight that this party under my leadership will never accept any bill that will not give us authority over our maritime space. We are not accepting it. And then just to be clear, because I know how they're deceitful, after we made some noise, they come and they chuck in a definition that included our maritime space. But all they did was chuck in a definition, and they placed it in a schedule and said, we have exclusive administrative control. Well, exclusive administrative control is what we have now. Exclusive administrative control is not the same as passing laws. Exclusive administrative control says that the cabinet could pass the policy, the cabinet could direct you, and then you just have to follow it. We don't want that. What we want is a Tobago that when the executive council speaks, that is it. End of story. And we're not begging for it. Because Tobago did not beg to be part of this relationship. Tobago was forced into this relationship. And if you push us too hard, we will take our Georgie Bungle and go. But we are not accepting anything but our absolute autonomy over our 116 square miles and every bit of maritime space that belongs to us. Nothing less than that. Nothing less than that. That is ours. That is non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. And so you must understand that the fight that we are in. And before I close, I want to say something to you. The Tobago People's Party is a party that opens its doors to everybody. There are people seated and standing here tonight. If you ask them in January if they will support TPP, they will tell you no. There are people here tonight who on April 28th at the last general election came out and voted PNM and not TPP. But this party belongs to all Tobagonians. It's not Farley Party. It's not Farley and Friends. It's Tobago People's Party. It's your party. And so we welcome everybody into the fold. That's why Keegan could be here. That's why Notsi could be our MP right now. Because we welcome everybody. That's why Baines could have be a secretary or an assistant secretary or a member of this party. Because he was forwards. We welcome everybody. That's why Miss Second is here as our chairman. She run for probably every party that run against PNM. Every single one of them. Must now TOP forwards, every one of them.
You respect that.
But that's why she's here. Because this party has an opened up policy to all Tobago people. This is Tobago People's Party. And so I want to say to you that while we embrace everyone that's Tobagonian, and while at this very moment, it would appear as though we have a better working relationship with the current government than the last one. And we do, in fact, have a much more respectful relationship now than we had in the past. And I told her in Goodwood, if PNM was in power putting down a radar there, I didn't dare take up the phone and call Rowley and say, what this about? Send your ministers and need details. He might, at best, I might have gas tube teeth. Might have sucky teeth. Or he might have cuss. Right? And all these sycophants would have be up and down talking a different story. So I want them to study. Right? I want them to study. But as much as this relationship will appear much more respectful, I want to be lucidly clear that this party is Tobago first, Tobago only. We are the only party with Tobago first in our name, Tobago first in our ethos, Tobago first in our DNA. We don't need to say it because we have been that. They who were never about Tobago first need to come and convince you that they are now Tobago first. After they were Trinidad and the Trinidadian masters first, they must convince you now. But we have always been Tobago first.
You respect that?
And that's why when the Prime Minister was here and I stood in the house, I said to her, if you are engaging in some things that's inimical to the interests of Tobago, and I am so convinced, you will certainly hear from me. You will certainly hear from me. I will try the respectful route first, but if that ain't working, then we will have to use some good Tobago language that aligns itself with my Christian beliefs. Because at the end of the day, Tobago is what this party is about. Tobago is we. And in this election, it's about we defending and standing for the people of Tobago. Don't let anybody else deceive you. Whenever God sends a good message, Satan does come with a counterfeit message. And I'm not calling anybody Satan, eh? I just say Satan does come with a counterfeit message. The enemy does show up with a message that looks like the real deal when it's not the real deal. And I'm saying to you, we will not be deceived in this election. Because the real deal is the Tobago People's Party. And that's why I am confident that on January the 12th, we are going to get up very early in the morning. Early in the morning, we are going to head to our polling stations all around the island. We are going to line orderly. And I could tell you, we don't have to throw salt. We don't have to light candle. We don't have to sprinkle nothing because our prayers are sufficient. We are going to pray early in the morning, get up, make our way to the polling station. And we are going to register our vote for the Tobago People's Party. We are going to vote for the anchor because this anchor holds. This anchor proves that it holds. This anchor proves that it does not matter what may come up against us. We will come out victorious. This anchor holds. This anchor proves that although there might be some isms and schisms now and again, we will always remain the most stable political organization in Tobago for this time and at this time. The anchor holds. This anchor represents the fact that as Tobagonians, we have an uncanny ability notwithstanding what is going around in the global space, to remain the true island of love and peace, because the anchor holds. The anchor holds. So we have nothing to fear but fear itself, and we will get up on the 12th of January. We will vote for the anchor. We will stamp the X by the anchor, because Tobago is we. And when we are gathering the saints in on the night of January the 12th, I first want to see Miss Dorisha Hackett coming out of Bethesda, Lekato, because the anchor holds. I want to go to Plymouth Black Rock and get Mr. Kern Alexis coming out as a new kid on the block, because the anchor holds. I want to come down, and first I will go up on the hills and I will get the man that is married to Bethel, Mr. Darren Henry, because the anchor holds. I will go further up on the hills and I will crisscross into Patience Hill, and I will get the mighty Tatos, the man who ends political careers, because the anchor holds. I will come down the hills to Mr. Wayne Wasp Clark, and you heard him tonight stinging and fiery, because the anchor holds. I will go down to Bonaccord, Crown Point, and I will get Bounty, the man Bounty, who right now to have them cross angry and miserable, but they could huff and puff, but the anchor holds Bounty. We are going to go up to Goodwood, Mount St. George, where we get Megan C. Morrison in all of her glory, because the anchor holds. We are going to go up to my good friend, my family up in Bell Garden, Dr. Bremner, because the anchor holds. We are going to go to Mason Hall, South Bagatelle, and we are putting out Natisha Charles Pantin, because the anchor holds. We're going to Mason Hall, North Mariah, and we're pulling out Ian Whitey Pollard, because the anchor holds. Scarborough, Mount Grace, we are pulling out Mr. Trevor James, because the anchor holds. I intend to lead the pack coming all the way from the east and northeast of Palativale lands from his Speyside. Yours truly, Farley Chavez Augustine, because the anchor holds. And when I am looking in the number, I want to see Roxborough Delaford there, because teacher Orlando Kerr will beat them into knowing the anchor holds. And of course, I will not leave out the ground on which we are standing in Buccoo, Mount Pleasant, because the anchor holds. Keegan Denoon is coming to us with great political pedigree. He is a cousin of former chairman Lennox Denoon. He has that Speyside roots as well. And you know, if you come out of the east, you're coming wise, you're coming strong, you're coming with your backs broad, and I'm confident that he will put the final nail in the coffin. And if they want, they could plant some ballies on top of the mound of the grave, but we will bury them politically, because this anchor will continue to hold. It will hold through rough times. It will hold through rough sea. In fact, rough seas can't trouble talk, Pitney. We will not be phased. We shall not be moved. We shall not capsize, because the anchor holds. Tobago is we. And of course, we ain't done yet, because it's all 15 we want. And last night, I end up leaving this area after 4 in the morning, because the people in the area are so excited. They say we can't wait. They say we can't wait. We had somebody that misrepresented us for 4 years. We can't wait. We are somebody who misrepresented what we stand for, so we can't wait. And so on the night of January 12, 2026, we are also bringing in Darrell Spring Wim, Mr. Ricky Jofield. The anchor holds. The anchor holds, Tobago. The anchor will continue to hold. We will be victorious. We will represent this island. We will stand for what this island represents, because Tobago is we, and we are proudly the Tobago People's Party. Thank you. God bless you. Have a good night. Get home safely. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow at nomination.
Let us hear it for the political leader and the chief secretary for the Tobago House of Assembly, the Honorable Farley Chavez Augustine. Brothers and sisters, as the chief secretary and the political leader have now stated that tomorrow is nomination day. So here what is happening. There will be a grand motorcade tomorrow to support all candidates, the 15 candidates for the Tobago House of Assembly election under the TPP, Tobago People Party.
All right.
So 8:30 tomorrow morning, we are gathering.
The anchor holds.
Yes.
The anchor holds. The chief secretary was very insistent.
When the anchor holds, you know.
You can't shift. And another educational presentation by our chief secretary. Every time he speaks, even I learn something. Yeah, and understanding how our marine situation could be impacted by the passage of the autonomy bill. So a lot to learn tonight. A very exciting night again at Buccoo. What are your thoughts at the moment?
So, well, I just want to highlight some other things that he brought to bear. He spoke about the inability of the Tobago House of Assembly to make laws. And that has actually caused a kind of recession in the development of Tobago. So he spoke about our inability to make laws, and he pushed for Tobago's autonomy. And it doesn't matter who is at the helm in the central government. He's going to hold them accountable for Tobago's autonomy to be pushed forward.
I think sometimes there's an element of fear in some Tobagonians with regards to where we're really going with the autonomy conversation. And I think Tobago they need not fear, because we deserve to be in the conversation at a much more respected level. And the call for autonomy, the call for our ability to make laws is timely, it's necessary. I don't see the sense in fighting to maintain a unitary state where one party is disrespected at the level that Tobago has been disrespected over the years. So I think it's a win-win for Trinidad and central government to work with us and to bring this home. Hopefully in the first year of the second term of the TPP, I'm hoping that
we are pushing, and we have never stopped pushing for Tobago's autonomy. And now more than ever it is important, because we are recognizing that has stifled the development and advancement of Tobago.
And it's amazing that some people just for political mileage and just to pour into the cookie jar would surrender the Tobagonians' right to self-determination. I'm thinking that Tobago People's Party has come at the right time, and I think we are in a position where we could really make a breakthrough, which is important for the public to stand up with us. This would definitely benefit Tobago in a significant way if we continue fighting this fight for autonomy for Tobago. And we will win. We will win this fight.
Of course we will. We certainly will. He also affirmed his support for the candidate for Buccoo Mount Pleasant, Keegan Denoon. And Sonny, who are you voting for?
Yes.
Who are you voting for? It has to be the Tobago People's Party. The anchor holds, and Tobago is we.
Yes, Tobago is we.
Tobago is we.
Tomorrow, excitement on the road tomorrow.
Yes,
tomorrow is nomination day.
Yes.
And we have different reporters out there. We'll be working with Blue Wave Media to bring you step by step what's happening at the different nomination sites. I think there are 4 different sites. And of course, we would be at Central. We would be centered at Scarborough tomorrow from about 9 or 9:30 about. Yeah. So we're inviting everyone to tune in with us tomorrow and follow the nomination. I remember when I went up for nomination, real excitement. Real excitement.
Yes.
A lot of music and dancing, and it was my first time, of course. And there we were, dressed up in our
vibrant.
Our PDP, black, green, and white, you know. So it's an exciting time.
Yes.
And it was really nice to see 14 of us came through successful. So tomorrow, we're hoping that the move tomorrow would birth 15 this time.
15 candidates for the Tobago People's Party. So stay tuned to us tomorrow. morning at 9:30. Sonny and I will be at the Port Mall bringing you coverage, and then we'll go to the different areas. We'll have coverage from Lambeau,
Yes.
the Food Hub,
Yeah.
Bell Garden as well.
Yeah.
So we will be bringing you coverage tomorrow, ball by ball coverage. You won't be able to miss anything on nomination day, where our 15 candidates will now register as candidates for the Tobago People's Party for the Tobago House of Assembly elections January 12th, 2026.
And I want to encourage Tobago people. I want to encourage you to focus. I want you to analyze the issues at hand and look at where we have taken you for the past 4 years. You must feel encouraged that we could take you for another 4 years.
Definitely.
Let us focus. A lot is being said in this space, insignificant, untruthful, and I think that we need to, as an island, focus and really vote the TPP in these elections and bring it home for the betterment of Tobago.
You know, since I've joined this party and this administration, I've seen the fight. We are for Tobago's development, notwithstanding some of the challenges. And even though Tobagonians expected more, time is also a factor. So with 4 more years, I can the people of Tobago that they will see the development and advancement in a significant way. Asking you for support because Tobago is we, and we are representing the Tobago People's Party.
So we're wrapping it up tonight.
Yes.
Another good night.
Yes.
Can I get a bounce? Another great night, and
yes.
Tomorrow you join us at about 9:30, where we will be with the nomination movement.
Have a good night, Tobago.
Have a good night, everyone.
Yes, take
Good.
care.